Connect, check, connect, connect to check it out. Bars at noon, number 52. I done laid down 52 of these for you. I'm Anyi Malik. If you don't know, if you ain't already in the gnosis, you better know, bro. You better know, sis. It's Bars at Noon. I spit freestyle raps at noon. Sometimes I start a little earlier, but sometimes I'm technical difficulties have me starting late, but no matter what, at noon it's going to be some raps. It's going to be some raps spit by yours truly. My exercise regimen been popping, so you get to see arms today. I could show you the chest, but I don't want to do that to you. I'm going to keep I'm trying to keep the peace. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep the peace out of Manscaped. You might have seen chest hair in the past, you know what I'm saying? You might have seen it peeking through. But on this one, we going to just let the citizens and let the population, you know what I'm saying, let the population live. But you going to definitely get the arms. It's an arms race today. It's, you getting flexery. You getting flexery. I could do it to you right now. I could just tear this off if I was in my Hulkamania. You know what I'm saying? I could just, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just, keep it composed. Keep it composed. Shouts out to everybody that been fucking with it since episode 1. This is my quarantine activity, spitting freestyles, just getting doper at freestyles, flipping styles and shit. Check out the Bars at Noon, freestyle on Spotify, Tidal, all your DSPs. It's out there right now. Just type bars, the @ symbol noon. My shit pop right up. It's a remix coming out soon. I creeped it out on episode 49. I sneak previewed the remix featuring Lil B and I Am Sue on episode 49. But the actual regular version is available out there. Look on the album 698 Malik's XX Hilarity, Technology, and Sex, or 698 Malik's XX in NASA Drip Bars at Noon. Shouts out to Danny Sparks, blessing me with the beats. He you know what I'm saying, coming through with the beats. I was fucking around with this one beat. This is one of the early quarantine beats from episode 1. I got it looped and stretched, and I've been playing with the DJ turntables. I can fuck with tempos and shit like that, so I'm gonna have a little fun with that. Like I said, man, I've been on my little regimen. My regimen been popping. These is 52. I did 52 of these, even though this is episode 52. It's 54. It's 52 before this one because it's a special episode I snuck in there that had no number for the Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. So this was a for sure conscious build up of bars. What is it? 50 times 15, man. Shit. 5 minutes. 5 minutes each rap. Times 50. What's that? 75? Nah. Yeah. 750 minutes of freestyling from me, man. I laid it down. Wait, there's 30 more minutes, huh? That's right. So 780 minutes of freestyling, bruh. Man. And so through that, you know what I mean, just being on that build, it encouraged me to do another type of build. I've been kind of active all my life. Not in the athletic sense, but in the work sense. Ever since I was a real young dude, I didn't take the sports. I took the construction sites. And so, I might not be able to run up and down your field all day, but I could get up on your work site and build some shit. Give you 8 hours plus, you know what I'm saying? And so I've always been kind of active, but didn't really want to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to keep on a regimen of activity that didn't feel like working out, something that I could maintain at a regular pace through regularity. And so I started about 30 days ago. This is the 30th day. I've been on a meditation and exercise regimen. 10 days into that, I decided, man, let me just chill on weed and alcohol. Alcohol because I lost my other device up in my apartment, drunk as fuck, hanging out. I fell asleep on the couch, woke up, don't know where my device is. It's somewhere in here. And weed, man, I was hella heated with my weed guy. This fool this fool unreliable. And then most weed dudes are unreliable, and they act like it's not 30 dispensaries over here. It's not like I need to give you money. I just, I'd rather support you and not deal with security checks and bullshit. But I'll go right down the street and do what I got to do. But then also, even the dispensaries, you know what I'm saying, they make millions, and they make stupid money off the backs of incarcerated black folks and Mexicans that didn't have the luxury of partaking in the business industry. And when they do enter into the industry sectors, they do so as employees, and so it's still another slave level of labor. And most of the dispensaries, man, they got sexist and racist hiring practices. I mean, even if you walk into the dispensary, you notice it's always mostly chicks, mostly women, but I'm going to say chicks because they even have a certain aesthetic of the women that they hire and place in position. And you see men in security positions, you see women in the bud tender positions, and then you see dudes, navigating in there. And so they for sure got janky ass practices. And so I just, through my disdain of all of that shit, I say, man, fuck it. If you see me blowing some weed, it's because I'm growing the weed. You know what I mean? So all of that though, I think is a catalyst. I'm gonna put it on the bars at Noon. These bars changed my life, man. Well, you know what I'm saying? Not to be dramatic about it, but they put me on paths to, exercise consistency and, consistency on my terms too. It's not like I wake up every 6 in the morning and da-da-da-da. But with the bars at Noon, Monday and Friday, I'll spit some bars. You know what I mean? And even if I'm not there on a Monday or a Friday, I still make up for it on another on another noon day. So we in 52. I done spit, I'm trying to decide whether I want to just go into it right now or just wait till noon. I had it set up to me just starting early and just getting into it, but it's 11:57. So technically, if I start now and go for 5 minutes, by noon I'll still be rapping. So that might be something I might want to do that right now. You know what? Matter of fact, this one's called Songbird. I like this. It was one of the earlier beats from the early bars at Noon. Bars at Noon, number 52. Yeah, going off the dome with it. Bars at Noon, number 52. The fuck is you? Coming through, I'm trucking through, I'm bucking through, bucking the system, I'm busting the system, and musty motherfuckers was musty. Woo! Don't get near them, steer them, and clear them, and had to curb it and curb it, and sad and serving it, and sad and how I'm serving it, sad and happy and gladly that it came with the shit and stabbed through it like a batty me, a patty skin, and the roses in, waking up in the morning, got some coffee, no doges, and roses. I'm about to put the coffee on pause, and she legit, the bitch is so legit, the feet is involved, I'm keeping it all. The fees is involved, the freeze is involved, I'm freezing it all, I'm freaking it all, I'm not vegan at all, I'm eating meat, you see, I'm not discreet, you think, I came through and I spit on the beat, off the dome, off the Rome, up in my motherfucking home, in the catacombs, nothing but me and this cat at home, and cat of feline, cat of T9, I'm spatting rhyme, spinning rhymes around you in circles of T9 that had to spin, I'll leave you in a tizzy, you dizzy, bitch, you dizzy, you fucking with me, I don't think you're silly, I don't think you really, can't fucking with it, must've did it, I came through it, hell, Anyi must've did it, must've been rusted, it couldn't get up all the strength that you had tried to muster, and public lusting, it came through, flexing the muscle was the flex of the mind, but the grind, could not know about a motherfucker, match my grind, a match the time, I'm doing all the time, a time doing, a time doing, a blind doing, I'm rather soothing, a soothing rapper, a do the data, it's a motherfucking build, it's a lava, like some soap and coke, I came through and it broke, I came through and it was all she wrote, like a murder, like the murders, Eddie Kane, it was a flock of birds, and by the bird, they call it a murder, 2 words. Had a flock of birds fly up in the beat, call it the geese, call it thief, you call it meat, well shit, I had to get legal like Aaron block a bitch, yeah, I fuck around and had to block a bitch, Roger said, hey, I'm like, I block a fella too, like Rockefeller, ooh, I pay my fucking dues, dues paid, the food slayed, a cool name, life gave me lemons, and I made lemonade, and weighed, and came to shade, and I ain't had no weights, no blue magic, no, that shit is tragic, what they do to your brains, I ain't having it, and it's static, you put that shit in your scalp, and wonder why you got ball patterns and bad and Saturn. You right at that the barber getting units and doing shit. I'm trying to move some units and move the shit. A download a digital, a crown for the shit that how they sound when I descend upon you. I send a thought that had to send upon you, send it off you. I send it off you. It was awful and I came to fuck about them laws. The laws enforcement was based in slave enforcement, slave enforcement. Came through and waving and endorsing. They put them boys on horses. I had to laugh at your man. I had to fast it there. I'm the tortoise, you the hare. That's why I ain't working out. Nah, I ain't burning, exhausting myself out. And there's a lost in the couch. I came through lost in the couch. Yeah, something was lost up in my sofa and croaking. They couldn't wait till the hoe could come over. Woo! But she thought she was too gas. I had to flash and switch the whole game plan on that ass. That ass was played and I came with waves. I had to save, man, the game came in waves. Like the ocean, young babe, like the salty babe. I hate the salty old babe. I hate the salty the babe. Not put the salty one way. I don't believe what they tried to tell me, that you should never put your hands on nobody. But see, sometimes people be cruising, play fucked up games, win fucked up prize. You don't want to be losing. I'd rather lose myself than rather lose myself. Rather lose. And it's a sacrifice. You sacrifice yourself, or self to at least your ego, or how you thought you see yourself. It's not how people see you or see your people. Shouts out to my people shouting. Fuck they talking about it and about and talking about. They talking bouts, talking routes, talking rounds and rounds and route. I had to reroute. I had to get a router on your Wi-Fi. Why try to just fly, man, and love a motherfucker fly as I. He could be, maybe, but he ain't as tall, and ain't as butter, and ain't as gutter, and ain't as butt as butter. Ain't put 52 bars and noons on a motherfucker. Drop it on your dome. I had to leave my eyes closed. Don't need to see what's going on. At creation juices, nah, fucking faces juices. Hey, chicken looking thick and juicy, thick and juicy fixing, and conducing bitches. But I ain't paying $12 for no smoothie, stupid bitch. I could get a whole pack of ingredients, a pack of groceries. I have 7 smoothies. Acting like you fucking know me, acting like the homies. Get up in the storm, get up in the dark, get up in the loft. Yeah, had the loft. Get up in the throat. Yeah. What you know, no. Yeah, and I came back up on your head. I had to say it. We took a breath, we take it breath, we take it death. It was my stretch, it was my breath, it was my death. I came up off the neck to check. You check a neck, a check a death, you check a this, a check a tech. I had to beg, they was hating, they hate the rest. I'm a black man, but at the bank, I'm Czechoslovakian of the Republic. What the fuck is motherfuckers trying to come up on something to comment, something to comment, bombing and comment, shouting, and it came in through, lodging their neck like a lozenge when I was rising. I was rising to top like cream, and cream don't stop themes were seen and doing major things, and things was major, and the theme and theta, cutting through the shit like a saber theta, two saber, I do say so myself, for self, do say so, bruh, what, came through, cut, what, but a little cuddle up, had to cut it, bruh, hey, was you cut it off abrupt, I cut it off abrupt. We underway, man, we underway. Some light. Some light. Shouts out to the viewers. Or the viewer. You were the viewer. Oh, that's a bar right there. If you were the viewer, what would you do, sir?
What would you do?
Yeah, man. So this is chill. I'm loving it. I got my build. I'm in the space. I'm in the mix. The mix I'm in. I had the legal Aaron Brockovich bar on my mind for a while. I was blocking bitches all weekend. No lie. I'm not gonna get too messy with my business, but that's my thing now. You know, I'm pulling out all courtships. unless you alkaline, or as soon as you show me some fake shit, I'm out of there, man. I'm out of there. I'm gathering all my little low energy and bringing it, because I need it all. I need my shit back. Bring it back. I don't know if they could be watching right now, because it's probably the only medium they could view me on. So if you watching me and I blocked your ass, give me my shit back. Cut the shit off. Cut it off. Turn it off now. Go make sure I didn't block you. If you blocked, just turn the feed off. This ain't for everybody. I don't need 1 million views. I'm not trying to build a whole bunch of shit. This shit ain't for everybody, man. That's the problem. Too many people want to be on the main population. Even myself, man, I fell in some of them tropes, popularity. But at the same time, I know that the masses ain't got. The masses is a bunch of asses. Facts. So it's a blessed build, though. I'm in here. I'm in my little space. I gotta do that. I gotta put my hand up here so I can see the timer. Cause I can't see it cause something red. The color of this background is matching the same color of the timer. So I gotta put this up here. Okay, yeah, I'm still good. Okay, I'm good. I'm chilling. We 15 in, spit some bars so far. That was nice. I feel soothed about it. Yeah. I need all my shit back. Energy such a sacred thing we take for granted, man, and a lot of it is focus, focal. And so if I'm thinking about you, man, I need my shit back. If you ain't alkaline, or if you ain't, if it's imbalanced, if it's not in balance, because I peep games, and my intuitive forces, man, my intuition is lit. My intuition be letting me know. My intuition don't be really. Yeah. Okay. It's those civils you're thinking over. I'm not about to start rapping yet. I'm just setting something up. I didn't set this up before. Okay. Yeah, just chilling. I like to fuck around with this shit in the pad, man. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get on that one next, but I gotta do something first. What they doing? What is you doing? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, bars at noon, 52. Bars at noon, 52. Bars at noon, 52. 52 of them I laid before you. Yeah, though. Anyi Malik.com. Off the mind, I'm dropping bombs. Yeah, though. L-I-I. It's no L's. I. There can't five spitting. Or why spitting? Why get it up? Let the shit diminish. Let the shit spin around, spin back. Let me get that. Get my energy. Yeah, run up off that. It's focal. I know you think it's just focal. Came in with office. Yeah, you thought that you knew me. Now I don't know you. Ha. I know this, I know this. Came in the motherfucking gnosis. Off the top of my crown, the top of the cloud. The heavy is the head. And got that shit going down, going. That's why I shit been slouch, sit been stout. I get it in and get it on out. And get it on out and spit it on out like a motherfucking pill or some shit that you swallowed that you wasn't supposed to as a kid. Spit it out, get it out, and I'm getting out. Spit it in your mouth, in the house, and I'm getting it out. I'm in the house. I'm talking about the shit you're talking like a mouse. Pissing on cotton. I can tell you the size of the mouth and the brand of the cotton. Johnson and Teddy wouldn't stop it. How much he could piss did he piss on the motherfucker's piece? With his teeth and then I was sizzling his teeth. I was listening for peace. I wasn't listening for this. I was trying to connect to the higher peace and higher. But of course I can hear a little nuanceical shit, and I'll bomb you little bitch, and I'll bomb you little sucker, and bustin', and not a nut tucker, not a eye, no ride, came blue eyes. Had to carry the one, Mariah, bearing the bun, the ride, get a grip the thunder, thighs thunder, she claiming that your dick got a curve, and I had to, curve the shit. I had to urge to pull up on a motherfucker and try to swerve on the shit, swerve this shit, and I I served the shit like a waiter. The data stated, yeah, you thought I was coming sooner. I came later, a later came a theta zeta, a rose later, a late bloomer, a hate bloomer, a greater sooner greater, a sooner later. Do your shit, doesn't matter, add up to the fader. A rock, I said that shit, and then I'm cooking crock pots, a crock pot. I had to get a shot stop, I took a shot every time they motherfucker tried to play me. I'm a hot, whoo, buzzing, whoo, nothing. I had to holler at my young cousin and see myself as he saw me. Wow, what a way, the young wow. I came on the place, they had to bow down and down they bow, wait. I didn't even ask them to do all that shit, man. I'm type that stood up straight and left the whole conversation. The conversation was late. This shit, it couldn't even wait. This shit was hit. They hit the hit with no delay. Lated it, and it was later than a latent shit. And it was in the latency. Latent tips. They had the latent fit. Nah, man, what you're playing with is not a toy. I take the boy. I'm a man. I'm not a boy. Hey, I'll tell you this, yeah, though. I'm not pulling no strings. No, Geppetto. I'm a real guy. A real side. Yeah, to get him sad, motherfucker. A real side. Had to laugh and gone. Had it lavish stuff. I had it came through with some lavish stuff. And that is up. And then the shit was added up. 52 bars at noon, baby. How I'm doing it. Do it too soon, nah. Never too late, never too late. They tried to play me like I wasn't so great. Haha. Well, I had to laugh. Tell me what you did today. Sad ass is sad. Sad as in depression. Dead is death. Not to fuck with your mental health condition. But you're not gonna be able to use that shit as a shield to stop it from this G-checking that I'm about to lay right here I lay. I sit I stay, I come through and slay my night, and sing my day. A thing I say, I claim my energy and all of my shit. I recharge in the night, my sleep pattern is skip. They say you gotta have a regular sleep pattern because they wanna check your patterns. But I'm paternal pattern, and I came through with a steak when it was a pattern, and a pattern sizzling steak, and a steak and with that. Had to let the maternal up, had it, my matriarch is hurting though. It is certain though, and then for certain I can tap in and connect and tap in and dance and coming off the deck, man, you better come correct. I'll flip the deck, I'll cut the deck again. This ain't no Yu-Gi-Oh! If you should know, a motherfucker who's a coolio, a fantastic voyage and goys, and oh boy, it's some motherfucking grays and rays and rays. Couldn't wait to hate on the motherfuckers that was hating the hating races. Yeah, couldn't throw it so abrasive sword, racing throw it. I came through with back was throwing back forward. Yeah, off the backboard, board rapid. They want a war shattered. It was a wardrobe, war throw that came through. You wear your war clothes that came through. Ignore those. Yeah, you can't be ignored though. I had to ignore it. You was bored and aborted up. Home, boarded up on and watered and down and boarded this song. I thought it, I'm grown, I brought it on long. A little fader, a little later. I holler at you a lot later, slaughter later, not just spotter later, beta fodder, dollar data, they're playing fodder. Nah, cannon fodder, Xanathata, and it's auto. Had to sire water, wire solder. Yo, what you thought she was gonna reconnect with her brother and it came off the neck with a motherfucker? Nah, not this one. Nah, not I. I'm too swift, too sly, too slick. I could use my shit for some dubious shit. But nah, I keep it my benevolent. Taking my shit, I had to siphon it. Had to type it in. A little trifling bitch. Bitch was typing it. See the sights in it. But I don't see the sights it's in. Might not think that I see it. Might not taught it. Yeah, up and down like the seesaws and shit. Yeah, like a cedar salt or teeter totter. This shit was weeble wobble, leave it all. Can't have meter totter. Now to greet your son and greet your daughter. Better hug them and better hold them. Because they trying to fold them. They roll them freight. They roll them they. And you know what I'm saying? They can't say. I can't say it, but I can. It sounds silly though. They reptilian hoes. They're fitting it though. Mashing and crashing and banging through some type shit that was really rather passionate type. Came with liberty and passion, liberty. Love and nourishment, lure shit and other shit. I had to replenish it, my whole cup running over, filling my well, milling my fail and filling myself. Mac Dre, R.I.P. Rest in peace. I had the recipe. I cooked it up and cooked it up, and by the time I was looking up and looked it up, and they was listening to the shit I worked out. My chest was glistening. Didn't even need no oil, boy. Bring that shit. Had to chill with the shit. Had to clock in and put in a shift, and then my whole mood shifts. Move this, and then talking about in the way. Move, bitch, you're in the way. Better move this. Move this, you have to move, nigga. Move with it from head and feet. Go a Hail Mary, flea flicker. Long pass, long grass, long range, long round. Damn thing, say what a song sound. Sound wrong, and it came wrong. Yeah, they was talking coming weak. I came strong already in the past, and it went fast, and if not blasting to it. blasting from it, blasting coming, but we blasting to the present, blasting to the destined, distracting from the future with investors. We borrowing from the future. Ha, never that, dead of that, came through and spent that. Had to spin it back and spin it around. Had to take a sip of water, walk the pound, and it was alkaline, alkaline. Had a mouthadine. I made my own shit alkaline with some lemon. Came with the shit, telling me about sins and who created the sinning? Who could bless you? It's the same who could curse you. It's the frame. You could not be blessed or cursed, really, if it all came from the same source. And what is you doing? Any cursing is a blessing, because it came from the same source, and it's my suggestion. That's the test. I had this shit, it was no question. I had this intuition, intuitive, and do it shit. While I'm doing it, it was rather moving, free with the flow, and flow fluidly, fluid shit. The flow fluid goes to it. Yeah, motherfuckers acting like they going through it. And if they is, man, it's they biz, man. If shit's thing, man, go play with me. Play with your kids, man. I love it. I love it, man. I'm just ending them abruptly. Just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes at a time. 5 minutes at a time. I don't really watch a lot of television type programming. I got Netflix. I got access to all the shit, but I don't really watch a lot of the shit because I don't really like to mind my numb. I spent a lot of my youth watching shit on TV, sitcoms and all this shit. And even as an actor, they encourage you to watch stuff just so you can, appreciate technique. And I kind of do dissect things a little bit more objectively as an actor. I look more at scenes and being on acting sets, film sets. I kind of can have a little different type of view of the things that I'm watching as they go on in a real type of space. But for the most part, man, I mostly just watch conscious content on YouTube. I don't believe everything that a lot of the enlightened and conscious community and the cast is trying to wake you up. I don't believe everything. I just receive shit with an open yet critical mind, and a lot of this shit do be making sense though. Especially since I've had intuitive inclination since a super young child that religions is lying. I was my folks, man. They put me in Catholic school. But they also was black and conscious and raised me with a sense of history of my folks. And so having these, they would send me to these white folks that was telling me shit that was counter to the shit they was telling me at home. And here I am navigating this shit, which is obviously going to cause turmoil, not only internally, because you kind of getting gaslit with the lies, because they systemically lying to you, and what to be intuitively true and historically true and accurate, they gonna counter with their little bullshit and just throw it on the Bible like the Bible said. And then when you start to see them patterns, you start to see a pattern of deception. And I started to peek that as a youth. And I kind of just put it on the back end and just kind of played along to navigate through, just knowing that it was all tongue-in-cheek and all the shit is fake, especially when people is moving dubious while proclaiming X, Y, and Z. They move in a different way. And so a lot of the stuff today, like the conscious content I'll be checking out, I'll be checking out this conscious content, and a lot of the shit that's said, it brings me back to my youth when some of the things I was listening to them say didn't make no sense or seemed inconsistent with reality. And like even something as simple as Adam and Eve being the first man, when I know, and in the pictures they always show Adam and Eve being pale in the motherfucker, and I know, and science has proven this, that the first people here is melanated. So the first man is melanated, and so just knowing that and being at odds with that, like that's like that's the point of it all. Like that's the starting point of everything. And so a lot of this content, some of it goes over my head, and so I'll just be hyped that whatever comes in comes in like for the perfect understanding moment, and a lot of it touches back. And I was watching this one brother, call himself the Real Merkaba, which is I guess light sound body, some shit. But he was talking about this movie. He was talking about this movie starring Roddy Piper called They Live. And it really got me thinking about Roddy Piper because I had the honor and pleasure and I mean the grace of just not knowing him, but I met him and we conversed like several times. We crossed paths because he was a comedian. He was a wrestler turned comedian. Later on in his life, when he passed, he was still doing comedy. And I was working about 10 years ago. I started working at the Hollywood Improv, and I would be hanging out late night at the Hollywood Improv. They would close at 2. I would be the closing guy. They would close at 2, and then I would go up the street to the Comedy Store, and they would still be open doing super duper late night shit. They don't be closing until 3, 4 in the morning. But a lot of times, you know, I would be waiting until the last person left so I can close up. And if it's a comedian, they're not going to kick the comedians out, especially if it's a comedian that has any kind of type of celebrity. So a lot of times, my shift would be officially over, but I couldn't close up because, you know, anybody could just be in the main room playing piano or something, or just chilling, having conversations or whatever. And Roddy Piper will be one of these cats that I would observe in the late nights. He would either be at the Improv, fooling with the piano at the Improv, or I would catch him up the street at the Comedy Store, fooling with the piano up there. So sometimes I'll get off work and go straight to the Comedy Store, and because they were still open. And, you know, either he would be here or there. It wasn't always, but I had the opportunity to observe him. And, you know, I didn't, like, crowd his space or no shit like that. Honestly, truth be told, he was a wrestler that was before my generation of really fucking with wrestling like that. Like, I seen him in shit, but I wasn't really, like, hype off of him like that. And really, the only wrestlers I was really hype on, my shit was that really had me hype was The Rock. And, I mean, Hulkamania, I was definitely around for Hulkamania, but it was really all about The Rock and Generation X and Triple H and all these people for me. And I even talk about how wrestling is, I have a joke called Wrestling Fake AF. It's on my album, Doing the Most. You can refer to it. It's a childhood story that I tell with endearment. But, so that was, I say all that to say I appreciated having even a distant type of adjacent relationship with him, to where if we saw each other, we would chop it up for a second. But if he was doing his thing by himself, I could be in the space, but not bother him. Like, I'll be on my phone and, oh yeah, that's Roddy Piper over there. Yeah, he doing his thing on the piano. I mean, anyway, I'm trying to get this late night call, and it was, this video I was watching was talking about this movie called They Live. That's one of these veiled movies where it's like it's got a lot of, you know, undercover truth to what they're saying. And so I was just hyped to see that. I had never heard of him being in no kind of movies, and so hearing that he's in a movie that has some conscious underlying tones in it, it kind of reconnected back to how I would observe him in them late night hours as like this dude who had like a deep kind of, he definitely struck me as a dude who had a deep, reflective kind of personality. And that resonates with me on so many levels, because I can for real sit in silence. I can be alone in a room full of people. I could, you know, it just resonated with me. And so I brought all that up to bring that up and shout that out, because that's just on my mind. I haven't seen the movie, but I rented it, so I'm finna watch it. After I get off after I get off this feed, I'm about to check the movie out. And R.I.P. man, rest in peace, rest in power, Roddy Piper, to the man known as Roddy Piper. And you know, yeah, man, shouts out. Let me see. What's his? Roderick George Toombs. So yeah. Oh, that's crazy. He died in 2015. In the same month, I lost somebody else. So that was bundled up. I knew he had passed, but I didn't know exactly when. It was crazy. No wonder I didn't know, because I was going through another loss at the same time and couldn't even really probably process all of that at the same time. But Roderick George Toombs, man, rest in peace. He was a real dude, man, and I appreciate the work that you've done before this. You know what I'm saying, or just, you know, all of that. So I say all that to say, let's get into the bars. I say all that to say, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, Anyi. Anyways, let's see what this bamboo loop talking about. What that bamboo loop do? The bamboo loop. Hold on. Let me see. I had it loaded for the first time. Okay. Yeah. Bars at noon. 52. What? Came on through. Yeah. Bless it up. Yeah. Came through. So abrupt. Shit. Could switch up. Fold you now. Yeah. Eyes closing now. Let it open up now. Let it dose you now. Keep it dose you now. Had to dance around it. Dose it down. Had to came through it. Know it's down. Anything and I know I'm down. So endowed. So endowed. Yes, I'm so correct. Yes, yeah. Yeah, couldn't even guess. I'm blessed and guess it. Couldn't even stress it. Nah, yeah, not yet. Yet, no. Best all, and I'm blasting off. Setting off. Coming off the dome, and the shit makes sense. Intuitively connects. Connections they came with the shit, and the shit was off track. Had to connect it like a train. Make a train. Fetch thing. Had to fetch a little thing. Thing get fleshed. Thing set. Came through was a sailor shit. It was a sailor ship, had to sail on shit, had to grade on shit, had to grade it shit. It was upgraded when they tried to grade it. Yeah, cheese was greater. See you later. I'll see you later. Good riddance greater. A sentence later, I sent them in an elevator. Elevator was elevation. 13th floor, the floor was 13. Baby, yo, couldn't wait and couldn't see it. Optimized when I was a child. Couldn't wait to be the age I am now. But now I'm here. It's so clear. I still tap in with that young ass Blair. Yeah, standing in the corner waiting. They had banished him. They had outcasted him. They had managed him. I couldn't manage it. I had hated it. Sitting in the corner crying. I couldn't wait for the time that I would fly and shit. Yeah, but now we here. Now we're here. The whole world shut down. And my dear, yeah, it feels so endearing to me. This shit is nearing to me. It's just glaring. It's such a reward of my faith. Reward of my faith. The sword, I'm so great. I swing it. Came through. Shit, I'm bringing it, singing it. Came through. I said it, freighted it. Bells ringing it. The ringers bells. Yeah, I understand this time the theme, and the theme is failed. I'm not frail. Nah, the fish is shelled. The shellfish, they couldn't put it on the shelf. You had to get it on the shelf. Don't put yourself up there, player, or feel the self-aware. I'm so self-aware, and even when I'm not, my subconscious takes in and takes over. Will try, and the shit is so bright. I get the coals from light, I came through like Dolomite, spitting whimsy shitty. Had to get a trim. The shit had to frenzy. Had you in a tizzy, left you in a daze, left you in the shit, got you out the maze. Maze gotta, you can't use me as fodder. No, not for the cannon. This shit's not canon. You're not gonna do me like Nick Cannon. And I talk about all the Jews that was handling. Yeah, though. I mean, cause what kind of motherfucker would be persecuted and enjoying some motherfuckers persecuting shit? You had you a little struggle, but now you want to join and be a part of my opposition, oppression and struggle? No, I can't laugh at it. And even if the whole mass ain't a part of that, the ones that's saying you can't speak on it is upholding it, and I had to gleek on your shit, and gleeks on this shit, and put a leash on this shit, not I. I'm coming off the flat eye. My third eye was so intuitive, openly, came through and broached it, man, how was you approaching me? You gonna be broke, bang? Yeah, no, I call it encroachment. Blow the whistle, whole shit is not playing, not paying. Not to be playing when I'm saying some shit. It's not paying and talking in a knot, not saying the knots in a butterfly. Back to the other side, not to shit to put aside. Nah, came through with the slaw. Cut the slaw. The slaw is cold. Call it fold and call it shit. And you call it in your fold. And folding it, called it, titted it. Like a winged bird, a winged beast. The theme seats, I had to ring shit and ring it out peace. Well, it's not against the grain. It's not to the grain. It's not through the frame of what you saying, man. Banging on my chest like Cooper Lane. An epic hero. I set the zero. He had accepted it. Came clustered from zero. Zero from negative. Negative. Yo, the negative kept me grounded until the charge and doubted. It was so astounded how I was sounding to myself. I had to step out the shit. Step outside of my ego and shit and look at my shit like, wow, look what you had formed. Look at you as shit. I had to just adorn my motherfucking self. The self I had formed myself of. made myself up, and I done built myself up. Built myself, bruh. What have you done lately? What have you done, state me? I hear you understate me. You understand me. I'm understanding. Yo, shit is stankier than some old ass panties from your granny. That came with granted. Yeah, precious stone, precious granite. Better said it. You had the gratitude was granted. Made the shit like a wish, a type of shit. My favorite part of the Cinderella fairy tale is this. She was her own fairy godmother. She dug deep inside of her to pull out a little magic spell. Yeah, it wasn't frail. She was beside herself. Not hell. It wasn't no fairy god shit. She had that shit laying inside the catacombs of the shit to reclaim the shit. That was her fucking home, bitch. Cinderella. I don't know how I got on Cinderella, but that's deep though. I'm glad it ended with that. I'm glad it went that way, because that is deep about Cinderella. That's my favorite part. I didn't like Cinderella. I didn't like the story of Cinderella. It shit seemed weird to me. And then when I read somewhere that Cinderella, the real behind Cinderella was that she was her own fairy godmother. The fairy godmother was not an extra person. It was her hallucinating and her getting herself out of a situation that was so tumultuous. She had to be besides herself to get herself out of that shit. That shit made me watch that shit 40 times. You your own fairy god person. You your own fairy god person. I'm a shit, man. That's a dope ass way to leave it. Yeah, 40 some minutes. This bar is at noon 52. I'll be back with 53. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Blessings. Oh no, you don't need to say that. But yeah, check me out. Check out all my shit. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. I'll be back on Friday with 53. This is sentimental from you to me. No, to you from me. Man, whatever. I try to end on bars. Just subscribe. Unless you one of the aforementioned energy thieves.